When I pull up out front, they see the Benz on dubs. When I roll 50, there's been so much drama in the club. Now that I roll with Drake, everybody show me love. When they see like him and them groupies, they want hug. But homie, ain't nothing changed. G's up, I see exhibit in the club. Roll that weed up. If you watch how I move, you mistake me for a player pimp. Been hit with a few shells, but I don't walk with a limp. In the hood, everybody saying 50 yeah. They like me. I want them to love me like they love a holiday in New York for sure. To tell you I'm loco in this. Put the aim in the choco, said I'm focused, man. My money on my mind, got a meal out the deal, and I'm still on the grind. That's all that say. She feel that style, she feel that my flow. A word in the guy, hey, you can find me in the club, body full of bud, but mommy, I got that. If you're in the taking, I'm in the having sex, same in the making love. So come give me a hug. Hold up, hold up, hold up. I apologize, y'all. Man, shout out to one second. Let me shout out to real quick. Shout out to Oasis Cats. You hear me? I wasn't able to play it today, but you know it's because I was having technical difficulty. Y'all know I ain't familiar with this. Y'all know SJ. He the technical difficult person who deal with this. So y'all know we will get that up and going real soon. But I want to tell all y'all salute. I mean, it's late. I know it's almost 2 o'clock a.m. I know other places. Where it's almost 1:30. I know other places almost 2:30. And on the West Coast, it's early. But y'all know before I start my show, hold up. Y'all know I got to give a big dog salute to the OG himself, OJ Heffy, a.k.a. Will the Glare. Do you understand me? Now, y'all know it's mandatory to give the OG a big old hand clap for that. Come on, y'all gotta show love to the OG. What is we doing? What is we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Cause y'all know without the OG, I wouldn't even be able to turn up like I turn up, right? But y'all know they say a stupid is as a stupid does, sir. So everybody, this a late night live, right? Cause you know I ain't been live all day. Y'all know I've been out. I was on shout out to Ray House. I mean, I was on there for as long as I could while I was out with my kids, doing some arcades and NIMS. You understand me? So look, I'm here. It's late, but everybody. When I say a stupid is a stupid does, sir, in my Forrest Gump voice. Oh yeah, that way. So let's take this walk. All right? Let's take this. And first off, I want to say I appreciate all the supporters on here. Like I see y'all. Shout out to all my beautiful admins. I see Aunt Cam in the building. Nikki B316 in the building. What's up, baby? Uh, I see Mary Swampy in the building. What's up, baby? I see Carla Granger in the building. What's up, baby? I see my dog Chuck in the building. What's up, my guy? People's Court in the building. Salute. Oh man, it's been a humbling experience over these 12 days now. It's been truly humble. And I want to thank y'all for real. I really want to thank y'all because if it wasn't for y'all, right, like real talk, I wouldn't be able to come on here and rock with y'all how I rock with y'all now. Um, y'all know you got to come on here and you got to show up and show out. And I appreciate y'all for, accepting who I am and not hearing all the stereotypes that they put out there, when I first came on here, everybody thought, and they still thinking, I wasn't black. right? People think I know Turtle Boy. People think, I'm a hired hitman for Turtle Boy to come on here and go at everybody. Him and OG, they think I'm hired hitman for them and all that. It wasn't even on no hired hitman type shit, right? The type of time I was on is respect, right? And the type of time I was on, I wasn't on that type of time where who I've been following, right? Who I respect, right? I wasn't on that type of time where, you know, just couldn't let that slide. So, me being able to come on here in these last 12 days, man, y'all been freaking awesome, man. And I just want y'all to know I love all of y'all for real. I love all of y'all. And if y'all love me back, all the ladies, I know the man, if the ladies love me back, throw hearts in the chat. If the man love me back, throw a pound sound or something. Because I love all of y'all. Because y'all the truth, the real truth, right? And the reason why I love y'all is because y'all standing by the OG, right? And Turtle Boy. Oh, thank you. Oh, no, that wasn't me. That was our Oasis cat. Thank you. Oh, there go her. Thank you, baby. I love you, Oasis. And I wasn't able to play it tonight because, I ain't the technical gifted guy. Y'all know that. Y'all know how I'm coming. Y'all know how I'm coming. Y'all better start calling me Mr. Antenna Break. See, people get you confused because they think your persona, your persona is a different way, because you're able to get vulgar, right? But it's always a time and a place when you have to get vulgar, right? Certain situations, but you shouldn't let that perception of that vulgarness look into who that whole person is, right? And I learned on here these 12 days. I mean, that happened, right? And it's cool because that's something that we all need to happen, right? So we could open our eyes and see how people really think and how people really look, right? And how people really feel about you, right? Or, you know, y'all get what I'm saying. Because as we know, I don't want drama all the time, but I'm here for it if you go against the grain on the OG Cheddar Boy and, anybody who in with them, right? But I'm not on here for that, right? But you got to understand, somebody had to say something. And I'm not saying nobody else wasn't. I'm just saying I couldn't take it no more, right? I couldn't take it, but that's not my persona. I want to get on here and do real work. Me and my best friend SJ, man, we want to do real work. We want to show y'all how we really coming and and we gave y'all a little glance in it last night. And man, let me give a big shout out to everybody, especially who was that told me that? Let me see. Oh yeah, shout out to Carrie B, the beautiful Carrie B, for letting me know about Turtle Boy, sex cut last night. But I heard it got real interesting in there. He said y'all was talking about anal and everything, and that boy, it was going down. I'm going down, down, baby. Oh, she's in the Range Rover, oh, super baby, ready to let it go. Jimmy, Jimmy, hold up, hold up, hold up, right? So shout out to Carrie B, right? For showing me and letting me know that they was over there watching my video, right? And I didn't even know it, cause I mean, I ain't this sex cook. I'm subscribed to them on this channel. I ain't this sex cook, so when I seen that and just seeing, like the way Turtle Boy was talking, and I appreciate that, and not just from Turtle Boy, I appreciate all y'all who was in the comments, right? Letting it know, no, he ain't like that. This what happened. That's what happened. And I appreciate Turtle Boy, because he said it was people on his side. He heard when I said, them little words I said to old girl, right? I don't take it back, but you live and you learn, right? But she deserved it. She did. She deserved every bit of it. Like real talk. She deserved every bit of it. Hey, if y'all ain't hit that like button, hit that like button. If y'all ain't sharing this shit, I know it's late night. We don't know how many people we gonna get on here, but I don't give a damn. I'm on here to rock out with y'all. What's popping? Y'all gonna rock out with me? What's popping? And the main thing about and why, why it was so cold and why, I was so honored and happy, right? Because, I asked that question. I said, y'all listen to this. I said Karen Reed gonna make millions of dollars, right? So check out what Alan Jackson say. Alan Jackson say Karen Reed is gonna be my client for life, right? So that was after the trial. But the perception that was put out there is that all of this happened before the trial. And my thing was, if he said this, why would Alan Jackson even want to come on Turtle Boy show and do his show if it was a problem, right? Because to me, that's a big conflict of interest. It's a conflict of interest, right? Or, but that's what it's a conflict of interest. It was made to believe, that, you know, that he, tried to get locked up, before the first trial. I mean, I never believed it, right? But that's what was said. But how could that be so true? How could it be a problem? How was the defense trying to separate themselves from Turtle Boy? How could that be it? That was never it, right? Like I say, when you give an inch, people gonna run with it, and you know can't get nobody an inch. They gonna go a mile with it, and that's what happened. And that's what I was just trying to break down. My first time breaking down, I promise y'all, it's gonna be more, like, cause I want to show y'all how much I know about this case, right? So what me and SJ gonna do? We gonna start, breaking down, all the case like I did to Alan Jackson. But see, my thing is, it's not just breaking down the case; it's breaking down the pivotal moments in the case. With Turtle Boy was the reason for the season. You understand me? So it's just like to show how valuable he was, to this case, which we all know. But it's just to really show that. It's just to really show that, um, you know, it happened, and like I said, I'm with the smoke, but long as you leave the OG, long as you leave Turtle Boy, long as you leave All that stuff, it's all good, but I'm telling y'all, I'm ferocious with it. I'm not just trying to come on here for the drama, but I'm like that. I'm like that for real. But I plan me and SJ was to come on here, and show y'all how talented we could be doing this. Of course it's gonna take time. But I'm here and that's what we're gonna show y'all coming up in the next coming days. But I want to talk about this, y'all. Cause like I promise y'all, right? I voted in Ratchet Madness. I was voting throughout the process, right? But it's no doubt, and y'all tell me if I'm wrong, it's no doubt. Because we could talk about Jennifer McCabe, we could talk about what's the other lady name? Carrie. We could talk about her. We could talk about the forensic experts and how they totally messed up and how the dude didn't, have his thing and it said he was in Oklahoma or somewhere he was, but it was never that. We could talk about that. But in my opinion, how did Kelly Devers or Devers not win Ratchet Madness? In my opinion, that was the most pivotal player in the second case. I don't see how I don't see how people look the other way on that. When she said the false memory, oh, I talked to the FBI and they told me that it wouldn't be a lie if it was the right time, it would be a false memory. And I called y'all back and I said, I know y'all gonna put a fire to me, but it was the wrong time. And so how did she not win? How did she not win? How did Kelly Devers or Kelly Devers not win? That was unbelievable to me. Because I thought she was simply the most pivotal player in this second trial. Besides that, who was that doctor to tell the what's if I'm a doctor, if oh boy, a doctor, then I'm a doctor, him. It was him or her, Dr. Welch. Yeah, wasn't that his name, Dr. Welch, who had that fake, who his CV was wrong? Was that Jude Welch or something like that? Was that him? Oh, how do I unhide Chuck? Oh, let me see. Well, I don't know. We'll figure it out. So, Chuck, don't worry about it. We'll get it figured out by tomorrow. Nikki did try to do that. You know that. I thought Kelly Devers. Shout out to my boy Aunt Cam. He in the building, y'all. Show some love to Mr. Leesville, Louisiana. You understand me? He's in the building. And Cam, what's popping, my guy? Okay, thank you. Now, look, y'all. I was shocked. Shout out to Chuck. He back. Big Chuck back. It's like this. I was shocked, y'all. I could not believe with everything in me that Kelly Beavers or Devers did not win. And the one thing that bothered me, right? The one thing that bothered me, why wasn't she brought in the first trial? That's what. How could that pivotal player, even though they won, right? But I don't even. It shouldn't have been a second try. But like that would have been a slam dunk. How was she not brought in the first round? How was she not brought in the first trial? That stunned me. But hey, like you say, Alan Jackson, I mean, I guess they know what they doing, right? You know, I just wonder who called was that? Do y'all think that was your Nettie call? Right? I don't know, because I feel like your Nettie was the lead attorney coming in, then I just think Alan Jackson took over. Oh yeah, you're right. I agree with that, people's court. She probably wouldn't have been as effective because of all the information we got from the first trial. So that's true. That's 100% true. 100% true. Hold up, hold up, y'all. Hold up, people's court. Yeah, thank you for that. Y'all turn up for people's court.
I ain't never represent, baby. I ain't do no wrong. I can clean up good for you. Oh, I know right from wrong. 'Cause I wanna thank you. I'm a $1 million baby. Yo, you gotta chill, man.
No. That's a great point you made, people's court, right? Because she probably wouldn't have been as effective, right? You know, in the first trial, because you know it was a lot of information. Like after that, they got the video. Like these two trials was crazy. I'm like, why did they have the video? Oh no, they didn't have the video. Like this is crazy, right? But what's even more crazy is where is the justice for John O'Keefe? We could talk about, you know, Karen Reed being found not guilty, right? Because them jurors were smart. But where is the real justice for John O'Keefe? That's what mind boggled me by that. And it terrifies me, right? It terrifies me. Like to even think about coming to Massachusetts, right? Just being honest. Damn, if they'll do her like that, the hell would they do to me, right? And it's also terrifying when we know who did this shit. We know who did it. We know who did it. All of them people who said they didn't see nobody outside. We know who did it. So where's the real justice for John O'Keefe? That's why I tell y'all, what is we doing? Look, this crazy. People you can see all the evidence on. 9 times out of 10, they get indicted. It's so much overwhelming evidence against all them characters over there. It's actually, it's actually dangerous, right? Knowing how we could see all that evidence, you know, especially when Jennifer McCabe was saying, oh, Kerry was out there doing all the talking to the police, and Alan Jackson pulled up that video after video after video. Now, Miss McCabe, who is that seem to be talking to the police? That was you. And also that dumbass paramedic, right? But where is the justice for John O'Keefe? Right? Where's the justice? Like we could scream for it. We know people is involved in it, but where is the government stepping down? I mean, damn, when you talk about injustice, and like it's no other way to look at it about them law officials and government down there. Like Alan Jackson voice, they just want us to look the other way, right? They want us to forget about this. And it's messed up though, because this one you have to have compassion for Peggy O'Keefe. She lost, you know, like 2 children, you know, like whoop de whoop. And then this what you got to have compassion for, right? Because she truly believed Karen Reed did it, right? And we know she didn't do it, but the compassion is for her losing her child. right? And it's hurtful and it's sad and it's, scary to know they actually hang around the real killers. Look what Paul was trying to say to what that girl he was flirting with. Come on, Jen's cool. That's dangerous. Y'all know how dangerous that is? Is y'all in front of the O'Keefe's? I just wonder if anybody in their family, besides, the main ones, is pointing the fingers at the other people in the Alberts, the McCabe's. I just wonder, because, damn, I mean, it don't take a rocket scientist to see who did it. And it's so dangerous that they is around these people. What if it's one of them nights again, y'all? And they probably been on Paul Mine or something. Paul O'Keefe Mine. They out chilling now. They out drinking. You know, I ain't really no drinker. But they out drinking. You know how people get drunk and that truth start coming out of that truth and a happy truth or a angry truth or you've been thinking about some truth. It's been pondering your mind truth. What if Paul O'Keefe have one of them nights that night or any night and start questioning them and tell them, yo, y'all did it, and I'm going to tell the police in the morning to start investigating y'all. See, that's the type of I think about. What if he do that? What if he tell them that? We know John went in their house and never was alive again. We know that. So what if Paul O'Keefe get drunk a night or something and he be like, man, this shit don't sound right, Jennifer. Jen, when he says Jen's cool, that shit don't sound right, Jen. Why you make 2 phone calls to your sister? They didn't answer, and you didn't run in there and see. It's bullshit. Car- Carrie and Karen was over there doing CPR, and John was dead on their lawn. You know, what if he had one of them nights like that, y'all? Because in my opinion, I think it's very possible, but it's also possible that the same thing can happen to him that happened to John because you got to understand this. And I wish somebody could slap some reality into them O'Keefe's, right? I wish somebody could slap, I wish somebody could slap some life into some of them O'Keefe's to get them to wake up and pay attention and smell the coffee. I'm talking about y'all know how when somebody get knocked out or get unconscious, you got to put the smelling sauce under their nose to wake them up. I mean, you can even put the harshest of smelling sauce right now. under them O'Keefe's nose to wake them up, right? And make them realize that what they seen was reality. Like it's mind boggling that all that evidence they seen, they said they still didn't believe it. But I just wonder when somebody gonna slap some reality into them, right? Because y'all gotta understand a mother who lost two kids, right? A mother who lost two kids, like Peggy O'Keefe did, right? And everybody know, right? And if Peggy O'Keefe start going public with it, putting out videos, start interviewing with people like, I think they need to investigate because, it has to be something else. Like, what if she do that? Or what if Paul gonna go tell, yeah, I'm gonna have my mother go investigate, right? What if he do that? I'm telling y'all, if a mother comes down there, right, and she pleading to find her son killer with all this evidence we know against him, they will act fast. But it's up to Peggy O'Keefe. It's up to Paul O'Keefe. It's up to one of them or even the daddy. It's up to them to go at him and to ask them, can y'all talk to them? And I agree. I'm with y'all. Let me read some of these comments. Shout out to the People's Court. He said knowing he was actually injured and deciding that they were not going to call 911. You're guilty. Facts, bro. And it's just mind-boggling. Like to know the phone was still, like 50%. Like knowing after they did that test in the freezer, it go down real quick. Like just that evidence there alone. It's freezing out there. I don't give a damn if John O'Keefe's body was on, you know, I don't give a damn if his body was on there. Oh man. Chuck say accessories to homicide are not killers. They didn't actually do the deed, but aided and abetted the real murderer, singular. But would that be the same amount of time? Because I'm thinking like they should get life, the same amount, right, Chuck? Like school me. Like because I think if you, because you were part of it, you knowingly was a part of it, and then you didn't have to commit the crime. But if you actually was the one helping get rid of the stuff and knowing that this crime happened, and then go to the police, that makes you more culpable. In my opinion, school me. He said this is called conspiracy to commit homicide. Yeah. So would that be life? And Chuck say co-conspirators are culpable and normally with homicide get almost the same. Okay, he answered my question right there. Thank you, Chuck. It was already answered. He said, I wasn't speaking legally. I was calling them murderers in my heart. Nah, you right, bro. But legally too, though. Legally too, though. Them son of a bitches. And like, I'm ready for y'all. Like, me and AJ, we finna start chopping it down. Because y'all ain't heard me do it, bro. Like y'all don't know. Like I still be watching that to this day, just mind boggle. He said judges in Massachusetts have way too much discretion. Damn. Yeah, I agree with that. Oasis cat. She said they're deep into it. It makes no sense. Sydney Sue said it'll be interesting to see if someone goes missing or has an accident after Proctor phones get released. Who? True. And another thing, man, damn, I want to see all them messages Turtle Boy been telling us about, bruh. That Jen and Proctor and them, man, I want to see them. Because God damn it, them got to be, man, y'all see what Turtle Boy, how he's saying, man, he want us to see him, but we can't see him. Bro, you know them messages oh, I could just imagine, bro. And somebody tell me this, if his case get dropped, will all them text messages be able to come out or will they still be sealed? Because God damn it, boy, every time Turtle Boy talk about the messages, you know, that we gonna be very surprised about if they come out. I be like, fuck, right? I'll be like, fuck, man, bro. Like I ain't lying, y'all. Man, I ain't lying, y'all, boy. But you know what? This could be everywhere though. But it's just the odds are set down there right now because they been busted, right? They been busted. Hey, y'all remember that woman Suzanne Smith, um, who killed her two boys over like 30 years ago, and she came up the first time for parole last November. Well, she's coming up again, which I know she's gonna get denied. You know what? Let's talk about that, right? Tell me if y'all remember that though first. Do y'all remember Susan Smith who killed, her two kids? She drove them in the water. I was real young. South Carolina, there you go, Oasis Cat. Oh, that's my boo boo right there, Oasis Cat. No, in South Carolina. South Carolina. Hold up, she broke the news tonight? Nikki B, 16, she said, yo, Melanie Little broke the news tonight. In addition to the text messages that Turtle Boy has, Melanie Little read the court documents, and there is meals of messages from oh my God. Oh my God. Oh yes. Oh boy, and look, you know what's crazy, y'all? And that was bad back in the day, right? Where, a lot of people, whether you were white, or Mexican, or they used to blame black guys, right? And in this terrible tragedy, right, you know, I can remember that story. Like, she ran to them people's house, right? Screaming, beating on their dog, talking about her kids. Cause well, if we started off right, she her and the dude weren't really together, and we thought they would, you know, after getting older and watching again, I thought they was together, right? But they was actually divorced because she was what we call loose as a goose. Don't get me started. She was like that. I mean, the dude who said she like the dude who she saw working for, she told him that she was screwing his daddy too. And then she told him, then he told her, like, it'll never work with us. You got kids. I don't want no kids. I'm not ready to do nothing with no kids. So this evil ass, vindictive female dog, right? So that's the reason why she killed them kids. Oh, wow. Oh, the Commonwealth filed something to get him to. Did they grant it to him, Nikki B? Did they grant him to him? Hey, check up on that story because she coming up for parole again this November. Which she gonna get denied, right? But she blamed it on a black guy, y'all. Right? That's first off, right? But then if you start seeing her interviews, right, you never seen no tears come out her eyes. Never. I mean, this evil female dog, her kids were asleep and she rolled them into the water. And I'm telling you, I gotta go look at that. They showed the jury like how long it would take for that thing to go down and how much time she had, right, to go save her kids. So early in the investigation, it was local. Then a couple of days later, because she blamed the black guy. I mean, all black guys was getting. But in South Carolina too, y'all down South Carolina, they was one of them places like South, but they was getting did dirty because of this woman, right? Because think about it. Back in the day, if a white woman, it's just how it was, said, a black guy did, like, it went up in roar, right? And the black man, I mean, they got crucified them first couple of days, because she said a black guy, she had a fake sketch, and that could have looked like anybody, anybody, right? So she in that interviews, you don't see no tears coming out. You don't see no tears, right? Then she do this one interview, right? Where they standing up, I guess they by her door or something, her and her ex-husband, right? And she was smiling before the camera came on. Then when the camera came on, she turned her face serious, and that's when the detectives, said, that was kind of weird, right? Because everybody around the town, like, they kept bringing her in for investigation. The story kept saying it didn't make no sense. Like, why would a black guy, take you, your kids in the car, not like wooty woo, right? So then that detective, I forget his name, right? He bring her in. He tell her, say, Susan, we know you did it. You know what this evil female dog said? She said, can you pray with me? The absolute audacity. Knowing this man know, and you just really confessed. You asked him, can he pray with you? He told her, Susan, where is your kids? He wasn't trying to hear none of that. But that's a sad, sad story, y'all. And y'all need to look up on that. She coming up for parole in November. She never deserved to see the light of day again. And that's why I tell y'all kids are off limit, right? Even family is off limit, right? You won't never hear me attacking nobody family unless they attack me, right? But kids, family, that's off limit, bro. Like, that's one thing you don't play with, right? And it's so sad, right? Because If anybody on here know how it is like to experience losing a child, which I do, back in 2021, that's a horrible feeling. But see, the thing is, I know God ain't gonna put nothing on you that you can't handle, right? So of course, absolutely, I was sad about it, you know. But I'm happy because I know He in a better place because I got strong faith in God, right? And me saying that, can you imagine this woman taking you know, taking her own two children life? How gutless is that? One second. How gutless is that? Hey, thank y'all. Don't be sorry. Um, he in a better place now. Real talk. And I believe that with everything in me, that's nothing fabricated, made up to make nobody feel sorry for me or trying to put out a soft story. I'm not like that. I don't play around like that. So for this woman to get up there and when she came to her first parole board meeting, she said, I know God forgave me, so I think y'all should forgive me too. Whew. Can you imagine the nerve of this bro? Oh, for sure. Can y'all imagine the nerve of this bro to say, God forgave me, so y'all should forgive me too? And look, that's just not the kick, right? Like, if y'all go read her story and look what she was doing behind bars, she was so cold with it. She was sleeping like with one of the top dudes there. Yeah, he got fired. Her rep, like you got to go look at that story. And this female dog had the nerve to say, God forgave. I know God forgave me, so y'all should too. So that means they should let you out on the streets? Oh yeah, bro. That's a story. That's another day. That's another day. Just thinking about stuff like that, right? But you see how police did their thorough investigation. All the facts led to that, right? To her giving a confession. So why the facts ain't leading to that? Why these Ken police and do their job and go into the basement? He said he didn't have. Was it Gallagher dude said he didn't have no reason of going there and search the house with a dead body on the lawn? The nerve, right? The nerve. That's why I get Turtle Boy all the credit in the world, bro. Look at this massive mass corruption, and it's still corruption because they still ain't went out to them people with our evidence pointed them clear cut, no debating. The evidence pointed them clear cut, no debating. Do y'all know how scary that is, right? And do y'all know the type of job Turtle Boy did to, get Karen Reed free? But then you see they still not doing nothing there. Like, what about that police chief, right? Who invited the rookie officer Dever up to the office? Where's the investigation on him, right? Like the evidence is clearing out there, right? Right in your face, like. And then he said, "Hey, beautiful Mary B, everybody." I was watching the Red House for a little bit while I was in there with my kids tonight, and they was in there doing their thing for as long as I could watch. But say the beautiful Mary B in the building, you understand me? So y'all know we gotta turn up for her.
I ain't never represent, baby. I ain't do no wrong. I can clean up good for you. Oh, I know right from wrong. 'Cause I want a baby. Me got a baby. Yo, you gotta chill, man.
Yeah, man, appreciate Mary B. I appreciate the Red House Media, aka Mr. Red House Media himself, Danny, and I appreciate his wife Troy. Y'all put on an excellent show and job every time y'all get on there and grace it. And I appreciate it, right? Um, that's why I say, you know, Turtle Boy created this corruption to be folded and like for Karen Reed to get off, like, and you think about that and you see, you know, how the world could turn, right? When I say the world could turn, I mean the world turning, right? Where they trying to direct the shit like it's Turtle Boy did something wrong. It's mind boggling. The two people was the one person who was getting framed and the other person who uncovered the frame. Excuse me, them the ones who going through it. It's just something I can't get over. No, I know Turtle Boy the truth. That's no doubt about it. It's just we know he the truth and we know he gonna handle his business, but it's the points. Why should he have to be doing all this? Why should Turtle Boy have to be spending all this money on every one of these court appearances? Why should he have to be doing that? Then they bullshit him when he go to court, so they make him come back and pay more money. Shit, Betero and who's the other dude? Betero and Gonna break. They not cheap. Is it Bragle? Something like that. They not cheap. Yeah, Tim Bradle. They not cheap. Appreciate your Oasis cat. They not cheap. Then he got to pay all this money for nothing. I mean, it ain't for nothing. He fighting for his life, but he shouldn't even be having to fight for his life. Mind boggling. And they wonder why, you know, when all these people start turning turncoat on him, right? Why I wasn't trying to hear none of that. I wasn't with none of it and wasn't going to stand for none of that when it came to Turtle Boy and the OG Heffy, a.k.a. Will the Glare. You hear me? because it's stupid. It's just stupid. And it's so stupid because Turtle Boy, not only did he help out, Karen Reed, but he helped out everybody around that surrounding area. Because now they looking, right? Because if it weren't for Turtle Boy, this shit could be still going on. Hey, y'all remember that case in Florida? What was that dude name? Hold on, let me find this shit. What was that dude name? I'm gonna find his name. Hold up real quick. What is his name? 1 second, child. Hey, y'all, check this out. This for let me know if y'all can hear this, right? His name was Zachary Wester, right? His name was Zachary Wester. He was a crooked cop. I know y'all probably know about this, who used to plant drugs on people, bro. So this was informational. What they got fair uses? Oh, now I don't know what they're gonna do. They probably block this video, but it's all good. But y'all, let me know if y'all can hear this. Drugs were there. I did not. The drugs were there. I did not put the narcotics there. First up, we head to Jackson County, Florida, the trial of Zachary Wester. The former sheriff's deputy was charged with 67 counts of racketeering, fabricating evidence, false imprisonment, and possession of controlled substances. Listen, he was charged with 67 counts of racketeering, fabricating evidence, false imprisonment, and possession of controlled substances. If y'all ain't heard about this story that happened like 3, 4 years ago, please go check this out. Listen, for use only. Wester's accused of planting drugs in a dozen vehicles during random traffic stops. This appears to be an illegal narcotic. Do you know anything about that? All of the drivers denied owning the drugs, but yet most were subsequently arrested. The arrest caused suspicion internally, and in 2018, Wester was suspended. So in 2018, you understand me? See, this is where he messed up at, right, y'all? He pulled over, I think a judge's son, right? And that judge's son, like, and somebody, I'm looking on her, and this comment say, this still triggers me to this day, a complete sociopath, ruining lives without an ounce of sympathy for his victim. Y'all, he pulled this old grandmother over. This son of a biscuit. Bro, if y'all ain't heard about this, oh my God. Let's keep going. 3 years later, the case went to trial. He pleaded not guilty to all charges. This is a case about an abuse of an incredible power, about the abuse of the incredible trust that we have to put in law enforcement in a society. See, now this right here was a case where law enforcement was held accountable, right? They were held accountable. It wasn't that thin blue line, that desecrated flag. You know what I'm saying? That's not no real flag. The nerve of them to wear that desecrated flag on their shoulders. But this is where a law enforcement got held accountable for what he was doing. Check it out.
Prosecution relied on the defendant's own body cam footage to help argue their case. Stephen Van, a convicted felon, had recently gotten out of jail when Wester supposedly.
So this dude named Stephen Van, who they finna talk about now, he just recently got out of jail. Recently. And look what this son of a biscuit do.
Found methamphetamine in his car.
So he used to get them with methamphetamine, whatever that, and weed, right? And this motherfucker told you ever seen this? He said, no, I don't know what that is. He said, I'm trying to see how this got in your car. This was, oh Lord, this was like, bro, this was one of the best shit cases I ever watched in my life. I seen them chronically break him down. But the sentence they gave him, we'll get to that in a minute. But check this out. And he said, I'm serious. This dude is crying. Cause he know that ain't his stuff. Right? But this BS cop and Zachary Wester, gutless soul. Now this is soulless right here. This dude is crying, knowing that ain't his. Oh my God. Shout out to MJ in the building. What's up, babe? Man, this shit right here, I'm telling y'all, man, this will break y'all heart, especially when y'all see that grunt. Y'all got to go watch that. Maybe I need to break that down. If y'all want me to do it, I will do it. Just let me know.
Like the other drivers who testified, Van gave the officer permission to search his car because he claims he had nothing to hide.
So what he did, so this is what the officer used to do. He used to pull him over and said, he taking off and he got to search the car. And people should be like, here, just search my car. But this is what y'all need to understand. Don't ever get out your car. Don't ever let them search your car and don't ever answer any questions. Check this out.
While the jury got to watch most of the traffic stops, some recordings had mysteriously disappeared.
Oh, and this is what this son of a biscuit used to do. He used to erase the recordings. He used to erase the recordings, y'all. Listen. Oh my God. This is terrible. Man, hold up.
Why in the world would that have been deleted? I wish I knew that answer.
And y'all think Alan Jackson good. Like real talk. And he is great. I ain't gonna lie to you. But this dude right here, who prosecute, I'm talking about, and I ain't talking about like, I know this prosecutor won't take on a BS case like it was in Canton. But I can't think of this prosecutor name. But when y'all go, if y'all go, I might do it if y'all want me to. But this prosecutor right here, man, hold up.
Ironically, body cam footage would become the strongest element in the prosecution's case, especially when it came to Teresa Odom.
Her name was Teresa Odom, y'all. Teresa Odom. That was the grandmother. Listen.
At first, the officer's polite, even playful. Anything the vehicle need to be concerned about? Bombs, hand grenades, rocket launchers.
Son of a biscuit talking about anything in the vehicle. I need to be worried about rockets, hand grenades, rocket launchers. What? Say this. Oh, Lord Jesus. This irks me to this day.
While Odom stands behind the vehicle, Wester begins his search.
Okay, now this where the body cam went against him at, right? Because when he pulled Teresa Odom out, he put her to the back, right? But when he was putting on his gloves in the car, right? When he was putting on his gloves in the car, right? Um, when he was putting on his gloves in the car, you seen a little baggie in the palm of his thumb and his hand. You could see that on her, right? Check this out. I know y'all listening. Who? Okay, so look, yeah, that's what happened, y'all. His daddy, right, was like the god, like at narcotics in his career. He wasn't there no more. So that's what he was trying to do. But he was trying to get there by planting all these drugs on these people, right? To show that he making these busts. Shout out to 13 Kings in the building. Salute. Shout out to Red House Media in the building. Mr. Red House Media. Shout out to Toy in the building. You understand me? After 7 hours, the jury returns with its verdict. 7 hours, y'all. So y'all look, he been doing this. Watch how much time they say this mother fudge cake get. Y'all hear this shit? In July of 2021, this crooked mother fudge cake, right, was sentenced to 12 and a half years. That's it. But is anybody familiar with that story? Anybody familiar with that story? Hey, Chuck, I'm not gonna lie to you. That story right there, it got to me right there. Because y'all got to go see that grandmama, man. Y'all got to see that dude who mama was a judge, right? Who he like this dude was he had no heart, bro. Like, ugh. But they got his punk ass. Yeah, that was a big deal in Florida, man. That's why I tread lightly. Going to Florida for real, for real. They don't play down there. But yeah, I'm excited. I think it's like 5 days left now before they have to come up Well, Cosgrove got to come up with a new special prosecutor for Turtle Boy, was clear cut like Turtle Boy said, who gonna take this shit? Who? You got to be a fool in love to take this bull. Who gonna take it? I mean, by law, I guess they gotta do that, give them 30 days, but come on. Like, it's some stuff that they got to be relooked at. No, I believe you, Chuck. I believe you, my guy. I believe you, but see, this was so effed up about me seeing what happened to Turtle Boy right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, this right here is like some out of this world types that's happening to him right now. Can you believe it's happening? Like, and it's crazy. That's why I took offense. And another thing, I seen a little clip of the old dork, right? I don't want to play none of their stuff. They might try to copy. I might get it now, but the old dork was on there. That woman was saying Chris Albert is a murderer, right? He ended up telling me when he's technically not a murderer. He's an OI. No, he's a freaking murderer. You dickhead. Like that's why he ain't. That's why he ain't Turtle Boy. That showed me right there why that old dork ain't Turtle Boy. I don't know if anybody's seen that, right? Because it started at the first of the show, right? Well, she's saying that he's a murderer. He's a murderer. He said he's technically an OI, you know. But she said he's a murderer still because he's a murderer. So that kills me, right? That's why that old dork is where he at. Because he's sitting up there trying to correct her, saying that this dude ain't no. I don't give a damn what the. He's a murderer, bro. He did a hit and run and left the scene. And the dude, he's a murderer. Like your technically nerd ass is just foolish. You just want to make yourself. And we see why he not Turtle Boy because he just can't call the truth out. Like to say that like he's a OI, whatever that offense was when you hit somebody and run. Exactly. And he on there trying to technically use man, he a murderer, bro. And sometimes you got to have some decency in you and have common sense. And when that dude said that, I like, yeah, that guy right there, I can't be a fan of his at all. I'm not a fan of his. When I heard that I was like, what? He's a murderer. Let me see if I can find that shit. Let me see if I can find that shit. That girl was on us telling him, and he on there, acting like she saying something wrong. That shit bothered the hell out of me. I couldn't believe that he said that dumb shit. Hold on, y'all. Hey, watch this shit, y'all. What's her name? Her name is what her name is? What? Oh, is that Bougie Beauty? Bougie Beauty. She is cute though. I ain't gonna hate on that. She cute. Y'all know who Bougie Beauty is? I don't really know who. I mean, I seen her. She is a cute woman. That's not like real talk. But do y'all know who she is? She on her on that show. But anyway, she on here telling the truth. And watch this dude. Watch this.
End of the day, Chris Albert is a convicted murderer. That's all you have to say back. Like, oh, you. I don't know if I consider that murder. I mean, I don't know what. Oh, he murdered someone. That's murder. He killed someone in OUI, right? Like, that's the fact. I like to stick to the facts.
He say he killed someone in a OUI. He like to stick to the fact. Boy, he is he. Ooh. Yeah, listen to this again because Beauty, because he was cute, right? You right, and that old dork wrong. We see your intelligence, beautiful.
End of the day, Chris Albert is a convicted murderer. That's all you have to say back. Like, oh, you. I don't know if I consider that murder. I mean, I don't know what. Oh, he murdered someone. That's murder. He killed someone in OUI, right? Like, that's the fact. I like to stick to the facts. All right. That's murder. Call. You call.
Dude. Oh. Oh. Damn. For real, bro? Y'all heard him? He said, I like the, he's a murderer. We don't give a damn about no OI or nothing. You dummy. Like, I mean, these to the face. You sound like stupid. You didn't hear him boozy music? Let me go back to it for you. Definitely gonna do this for you. Hold on, watch this. Watch this.
Right. And then Richie and I, standing out basically in front of CF McCarthy's, but he says we're witness picketing or.
Hold
End of the day, Chris Albert is a convicted murderer. That's all you have to say back. Like, oh, you. I don't know if I consider that murder. I mean, I don't know what the. Oh, he murdered someone. That's murder. He killed someone in OUI, right? Like, that's the fact. I like to stick to the facts. All right. That's murder. Call. You call it murder. Is pretty.
oh, she don't well. I mean, we don't F with her either, but she ain't no ugly chick though. She cute. But yeah, like, what's wrong with this bozo? What is wrong with that bozo saying that he want to stick to the facts, man? Bro, why you trying to make? See that's the thing I don't like about this guy. I ain't gonna lie to you. First he a crybaby, then he want to cry in the discussion when a woman saying he a murderer when we know he a murderer. That's just dumb. And it's a Canton selectman. Boy, that's dangerous. I don't even know why that the old dork would even not even. Why would he say that? Like that's the mind-boggling shit. Why would you say that dumb trash? Like, dude, you want to be all take the white like the thick from the fact. Shut up. It's just sometimes, bro, you just gotta shut up. Like that was cringe to hear him say that. She said he's a murderer. Technically, he was committed with OUI, and he's a murderer when he was convicted for OUI. He's a murderer, dummy. I never trust that dude. No, 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 no. And he a sucker. The way he cry like a little girl. Tell Will to be quiet. Tell Will, it's Will. It's Will. Tell Will to be quiet. Shut your cry, baby. So, trying to know that shit, you super grown, super overgrown man on there. Talking about, yeah, it's Will. Point finger like you 5 years old. He took the candy. He took the candy. It was him. I know that. She, his brother was the one who defended. Boy, that's some dirty shit. How was she involved in this case? That's what I don't get. Because you know that them ties are still there. Yeah, he brother, that's exactly what he did. But come on, man. That's knowing somebody hurt, right? It's just like Alan Jackson said, right? A man is laying dying on your bed. You don't even hear the cops or sirens going off 30, 20, 30 feet from your window. Got a dog in the house. Lights are going. And you hear nothing. Oh, wait, this is a dirty game we in, man. This is a dirty game we in. Damn. Oh, man, I'm praying for you people in Massachusetts, bro. Like everybody. It's because I don't like folks. I don't want no harm to happen to nobody. I pray for everybody in Massachusetts. I just think about all the people who got done dirty in Massachusetts, Chuck. Like you been around, you know, Chuck. You got to be the real deal. You a admin on Turtle Boy, so you got to be the real deal. Oh wait, oh wait, oh wait. That's what I'm saying. Shout out to Ultra Magadol. He say, Oasis Cat for them to go to her. She say, I know, right? I feel bad for anyone in Massachusetts. Say, Cat, I'm praying for them all in Massachusetts. Like real talk, y'all know what's crazy? It ain't scary to come to the state because of the general public. It's scary to come to the state because of the police. The general public don't scare me. It's the police and the power players down there. And just like Ultra Maga Dog said, he said, my dog go nuts if a raccoon or an armadillo in my yard at night. Facts. That's the fucked up shit. And another thing, how Carrie, how she not getting what's that called? Y'all hear me out. When she lied on the stand She lied to the grand jury and what's that called? Damn, it's like, child. That shit right in my head too. Shout out to Miss Jessica NB in the building. What's up, baby? Yeah, impeached. Thank you, Red House Media. How the hell ain't nothing happened to her yet? Yeah, perjury. I mean, yeah, perjury. How the hell ain't nothing happened to her yet? How they didn't see the play where she played it out and then she told them that this is, we man. I'm scared to come to Massachusetts. Scared shitless. Scared shitless to come to Massachusetts. And I ain't talking about all parts of Massachusetts. I'm talking about that particular area. Oh my God. Still, oh man. What's that? What was that doing name? Shout out to Officer Barrows. Him, he was a key player. Like shout out to a real police officer. He said they don't know who I know that. Oh, okay. Oh, you in Massachusetts, Miss Jessica? Oh, Chuck Luck said there was no such perjury in the Karen Reed trials, just from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. That is that is pathetic. No one gets charged, right? Chuck, 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 hey, Chuck, that's some effed up stuff, ain't it? Oh, she said no. I'm in Chicago. Okay, you in that? Is that the? It's the 713 or the 773, something like that. Yeah, Barrows. Not from Norfolk County. Yeah, I know he went from there. He said, no, that tail light was not like that. Well, he didn't give a damn. Say, Barrows got some power, though. You hear me? Because you got to understand, boy, he came in there like, on one, like letting them know, nope, nope, nope. It wasn't in there like that. And the dumbest thing, Brennan asked him, why didn't you take no pictures? You dumb, Tweedledee, Tweedledum looking motherfucker cake. You Point Dexter looking motherfucker cake. Like, why didn't he take no pictures? Well, duh, you dumb motherfucker cake. It wasn't his scene, dummy. Oh my God. What Chuck say? He say they even turned the, oh yeah, Miss Jessica said I always got my uh Miss, hold up, let me get back up. Miss Oasis Cat said Officer Nicholas Barrios, the only good officer that took the stand. Boy, ain't that the truth? I mean, you just gotta imagine what do them guys got on each other. Or is it for that bullshit ass desecrated thin blue line? Chuck said they even turned on a real murderer and his SS accessories into witnesses when they all admitted to now witnessing the thing. I don't know. I don't recall. I didn't see a thing. What talk that? Shiznix, Chuck. What Chuck talking that Shiznix? Saying, y'all better put some respect on Chuck name. Hold up, everybody. Y'all know how we coming, man. Hey, we got to turn up for Chuck.
I ain't never represent, baby. I ain't do no wrong. I can clean up good for you. Oh, I know right from wrong. 'Cause I want a baby. I'm a $1 million baby. Yo, you gotta chill, man.
And also shout out to Ultra Mega Dolls. He said the butt dials. Don't forget about those. Ain't that ridiculous, man? Ain't that the most asinine, pathetic, like work you seen done in a case? Butt dials. Uh, they all 14 calls in between. Like they were saying, they was looking. She was looking for that phone. And they ain't done because they had already ahead her, hey, yo, Jennifer, you gonna be the hooty woo, so you call. They was out looking for that phone. So it was 7 interactions, so it was a total of 14 interactions, right? So that means it took them 7 times, right, to find that phone. Oh, wait, man. This shit crazy. Like, that make me scared to come now. Like, now when the lights, camera, and action was on, boy, you try to go there now, boy. Better be careful. And I'm saying just the motive, right? The Alba sold their house down, right? They sold their house immediately because they was trying to get away and they sold it down. But then they got the concrete redone before they come up. All that evidence. Do you believe in a justice system? And I ain't talking about the 12 jurors getting it right for Karen Reed. I'm talking about, do you believe in a justice system? Especially there. Well, that's nasty work. Brian Apple say, I keep my phone by me just in case any one of my kids call. It's a habit. Me and my wife was having some interrelations. Boy, your motherfucking ass had your wife turned to the side and you was humping like a jackrabbit for 60 seconds. Stop playing. Stop playing. For some reason, bro, Judge Canoni, why she wouldn't let them run it as a third, party, whatever they was trying to do in there. I don't know why she wouldn't let them do that with Colin now, but I know a lot of people say that. But I think Colin and Allie and then what's the other daughter name? Brian Alba daughter, who had the goofy, off-brand ass John Travolta boyfriend. Um, like I don't remember, I don't recall, I don't know what's all. I don't know what. Then he get up out his sleep, knowing he got to go to work. He come pick up. They took the like if that shit right there don't make yeah, Caitlyn, Caitlyn, right? And then Allie, it showed that she was going to the high school. She was like, come on, dog. And Carter say I do what I usually do, go up there and give my mom and dad a kiss to see her and little mom here. Whatever the fuck he said. What if it happened again? But like the way it's looking, this case gonna go forever unsolved, bro. I mean, I think this case gonna go forever unsolved. Forever. This case gonna go on. I mean, ain't nobody gonna snitch unless the one who could flip is that girl who brother was coming to pick her up, and then she went back into the house. That evidence right there. Why would you call your brother and then say you're going back into the house? Come on, dog. Come on. But that's the one who I think a snitch. I think she easy to get the snitch. I think that's the first, or and even like, cause to be honest, y'all, like I think Kerry Roberts clueless. I don't think she think know they killed him. She probably really think it was Karen. And but I'm saying that's the one who I think of flip. Who y'all think of flip first? She the one who said she seen that blob. She seen a big black. Some she said she seen outside. But I think she'll be the one who will flip. Hold up. One Carrie married? Yeah, Tully is the worst. He was everywhere, all up in Aiden's case as well. That dude right there, that outer space alien looking motherfucker. Fuzz cake boy, he was, man, hold up. And Bukaki. Yeah, but ain't she married though? Hey, what state everybody from on her? Y'all know I'm from Dallas, Texas. What state y'all from? Oh, okay. Florida, Missouri, Oklahoma. We're gonna be in St. Louis, Missouri for Thanksgiving this year. Crystal say she in Oklahoma, so she about an hour away from me. It's just depending where she at. Cause you know that casino, Choctaw, that's like about an hour and some away. Cincinnati. Ooh, they whooped, man. Say Flacco, because Flacco got some weapons over there. That's the difference. MJ from Massachusetts. Shout out to Massachusetts though. Damn, MJ. What part of Massachusetts? 1 mile from Independence Hall. I walked there all the time as a kid. That's cool as hell, bro. I know you got some memories. That's why you start studying up in the law. Sherry say she New York moved to Florida. Ooh, New York. Crystal say Tulsa 4 hours from Dallas. Okay, okay, Crystal. I've been to Tulsa before. I been to Oklahoma City. They be gang banging hard up in Oklahoma City, boy. Oh, that's nice work, Chuck. Beb's inverted morals and says she grew up in Tulsa. Man, this shit. But yeah, but I ain't gonna lie to y'all, that just ain't in Canton where it's happening. It's just something big happening. It went wrong. Like, all them used to tell us with Turtle Boy, the OG Heffy, Will the Galera, Melanie Little, everybody used to tell us the plan went wrong. Who done been to Dallas on her? I done been to Brooklyn, New York. I done been to California, Florida, Minnesota. I done been to a lot of places. Kansas City. I can name a lot of places, y'all. Nebraska. Um, a lot of places. Where's the hell I been? I've been a lot of places though, y'all, for real. Yeah, I was in Brooklyn. Y'all fly to Dallas for shopping? Where y'all be going to? Hey, you ain't lying, Picky Promise. Them Chiefs look like they coming. So but that Detroit player, boy, he wrong as hell. He got just suspended for 1 game. He should have got suspended for 4 games. Shout out to the Patriots. Y'all doing your thing this year. Damn, 43. I know I done been to at least 20. Hey, yeah, them Chiefs coming, boy. Mahomes. Boy, he got his itch back, and plus they getting that receiver Rice back too this week. I'm in fantasy football, y'all. I'm 5-1. I'm the defending champion, and I ain't capping with y'all either. This was my first time in this league, so now I'm defending my championship, right? And I got a crown on my head, right? Say this one dude, say, look, I'm from Dallas, right? So my first pick was CD Lamb, right? And it's like one thing I try to be humble on that, right? Like a bunch of dudes, you know how if you score a touchdown, you can celebrate and stuff like that. I don't do that because I feel like if you try to celebrate or something, if you think you're gonna win, that's something that could jinx you, right? And I be trying to show respect. This one dude gonna tell me last week the only reason why he lost is because Nicole, that receiver from the Rams, got hurt. Boy, CD Lamb was my number one pick, and he ain't played nothing but a half a game all year. Oh, that pissed me off. After I beat him, I taunted him with every touchdown I had. I said, oh man, because everybody, like, been trying to do that before. I thought he was going to be cool about it, but he couldn't help himself. Yeah, we played the Redskins. Basketball fans on here, y'all know I'm a Dallas Mavericks fan. We just got Cooper Rush, whatever the hell his name is. People down here in Dallas, they was mad because like, you should have seen these pathetic peons in Dallas, right? You had these freaking goofballs out there protesting like some idiots. You know what I'm saying, Sherry? Oh, Chuck. Oh, Chuck. Say, let me tell you something. I was, I don't know how old I was, small, though, small, right, Chuck, when it happened. But when I got a little older and, just started looking at the history of the Cowboys and the Eagles, right? That's why I hate the Philadelphia Eagles. Let me be honest with y'all. And I'm sorry, Chuck, I can't stand nothing about that filthy, dirty, rotten. Oh, them are the most evil freaking fans ever, y'all. It's so bad in there. They got a jail in there, bro. I hate Philly. I hate the Eagles, bro. I'm gonna tell y'all why I hate the Eagles. Like, I so I seen that Michael Irvin got hit, right? The playmaker, number 88. You got to be special if you wear the 88. I seen the playmaker get hit. He was unconscious. Them dirty, rotten, stanky, pathetic fans out there, they stood up and started clapping because Irvin was torching their ass. That's when the hate began, y'all. I hate them. I mean, I give them credit, though. They the truth. Like, they the truth. They won Super Bowl last year. They the truth. I ain't hating on the Eagles. I just hate them, bro. I can't. Bro, I can't stand nothing about them. Like, I hate Washington too. Hate the New York Giants, right? Because we're all in the same division. But Philly, man. Mm. Hey man, Caitlin Clark, she re she regenerated the WNBA. It's crazy because she really liked that in real life. They just hate on the right, and y'all gonna understand this. I'm a Mavericks fan, right? So I understand what Caitlin Clark going through, right? So we're gonna keep it 100, right? Oh shit. Oh, she said, how can you expect grown ass man athletes get all giddy? Hold up, y'all. Turn up for sure.
I ain't never represent, baby. I ain't do no wrong. I can clean up good for you. Oh, I know right from wrong. Yes, I want it, baby. Me and Dallas, baby.
Yo, you gotta chill, man.
whole turn up for Siri for that. Oh man, I lost my train of thought. Oh my God. Oh, I know I was at. Oh, Siri. Oh yeah, Roger Staubach. Come on, man. Best quarterback in Cowboys history. You know, best quarterback. Both of the 88s, Drew Pearson and Michael Irvin, gonna be on the outside. It's a toss up between, like the thing is, if you look at both backs, it's a toss up between Emmitt Smith and Tony Dorsett. But man, I'm telling you, man, you got people who was living back in the day when Tony Dorsett was playing. They say he was way better than Emmett. You know what I'm saying? So that's a toss up. Emmett got the all time leading record, but Tony Dorsett, man, but don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Barry Sanders is the best running back of all time, clear cut. No debate. Let me get back on Caitlin Clark, right? Love Caitlin Clark, right? See the absolute truth, everything about her. Do you hear me? And what she did, what she changed the game. See, I like to keep it real. Y'all gonna get to know that about me. Y'all know I'm from Dallas, right? So y'all know my favorite basketball player of all time? Well, if you don't know, let me tell you. His name is Dirk Nowitzki. I hate when people say Nowitzki. Y'all kill me with that. It's Dirk Nowitzki, right? And Dirk Nowitzki is a white basketball player. You got to, let me tell y'all something, bro. I used to be at, 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 at school arguing with people, deep, bro, about Dirk. Let me tell y'all something, fam. And y'all got to understand this, like, and I'm gonna give because Dirk was a white basketball player. As a matter of fact, he come from Germany, right? And in Dirk first year, his first half a year was tough, right? Because he had to get used to the NBA game, right? So they could kind of push him around. But you know, when you coming from overseas, like whoopty whoop. Shout out to Gene in the building, right? When you coming from overseas, right? Right? You get pushed around. But I argue with people so much about Dirk because, like, Dirk got pushed around his first year. Second year, that's when he became alive. Third or fourth year, that's when he started turning into an all-time great Mr. 30,000 points NBA champion, MVP, right? But y'all got to understand why Dirk had it so hard, right? Because he was a white basketball player. And basketball is usually dominated by the black athlete. That's just the truth. Let's not sugarcoat nothing. Just like hockey is dominated by the white athlete or, Hispanic athlete. Like it's mainly dominated by the white athletes. So that's just the truth. When you see a black hockey player come into, if you see a black hockey player, you're like, oh wow. A black hockey is just the truth, right? So with Dirk Nowitzki coming into the league, right, as a white basketball player, right, and then they thought they could punk him because they used to call Dirk soft, right? But then Dirk turned up on him, especially when he got Avery Johnson, right? Because Avery Johnson gave him that low post game where Dirk turned into a fucking monster. Favorite basketball player of all time. And the moral of the story, Dirk changed um, the game of basketball. Now, I remember it was a black player in hockey. I do remember that. But look, and I want y'all to understand if y'all know basketball, because basketball was always you have a back to the basket, turn around. It was all spread out. It was always the two guard and the point guard doing most of the stuff. So when Dirk came around, Dirk opened the floor. You never seen a 7 footer like who could shoot on the outside and in the inside like he could do. Dirk became unguardable and he changed the game. If you look at the game now, you see it stretched like that. So don't nobody try to argue with me about that. But Dirk got a lot of slack. And that's the same with Caitlin Clark, right? With her coming into the league. She's a white player. You know, basketball is dominated by black players, right? You know, so when you see a white player coming on, that she dominating college, she coming in here dominating in her, it's just different, right? It's just like when you seen Tiger Woods, a black man, come into a sport that wasn't for black people. I used to say, I see dead people. I see no black people. It was dominated. It was black players who played golf, but it was no black player who came in and dominated like Tiger Woods. That was the difference, right? And y'all remember the flag. He used to get it first. All the white players used to say, "Oh, it's not about Tiger. He's not about Tiger." Hating that shit because Tiger was doing this thing, same thing they was doing to Dirk, and the same thing that's happening to Caitlin Clark, right? Because and it's unnecessary, but when you have someone who comes in at a color who you see that usually don't dominate that sport, right? Is going to be a tension around it. It's just like Christian McCartney. He played for the San Francisco 49ers. It's just being honest, y'all, right? You don't usually see like great white running backs. It's just the truth. I'm not lying. You don't see them, right? I mean, the quarterback spot is where you see the great white quarterbacks. That's the spot that we know, like whoopty whoop. Offensive line, defensive line, linebackers and stuff like that. But you never, rarely, you've seen John Riggins and you can name a few more. But when you see a white running back, it's different, right? So that attention, just like if, when you use a black quarterback, like think about, what the hell is your quarterback name, Chuck? Let's take a tip of my tongue. Cam Newton was hating on him hard, bro. Damn, I can't think of that tush push mother. That tush push mother. What's his name? What's that tush push motherfucker name? But anyway, right? It's like different. You can't help it because when you grow up, you see a white quarterback, right? So when you see a black quarterback, you be like, damn. The quarterback who playing for the Eagles right now, cannot think of his name. Peanut head ass dude. Um, what's his name? But yeah, it's just the truth. Like a lot of people on here don't like to accept reality. Like so, and it ain't fair, but it's just the truth. Even the black player who went to hockey had it tough, right? Jalen Hurts, yeah, that's that motherfucker name. Jalen Hurts, right? Jalen Hurts is the absolute truth. Y'all know I hate the Eagles, but I'm gonna keep it 100. See, Jalen Hurts is more than people try to look at a typical quarterback and think they supposed to be able to do this. Yeah, you're supposed to be able to make all the big throws. Jalen Hurts is able to do that. But one thing we know Jalen Hurts is a winner. He's a winner. And you don't usually see that. Just think about Patrick Mahomes, even though he's mixed, but his daddy black, right? And they say you is what your daddy is. I mean, that's what they say. True. I mean, that's what they say. But just say He's mixed, right? So you don't usually see that. I guess Warren Moon was the exception back in the day, huh, Chuck? Oh yeah, shout out to them. Then Texas just whooped their ass down Crystal. Boomer sooner. And then Texas just whooped their ass in the Cotton Bowl down here. Yeah, after Texas had lost to Florida, Oklahoma was doing their thing. I think they were undefeated. I think Oklahoma ranked like number 6. They thought they were finna come in here and do something. Stop playing. But have I ever told y'all the story about, the one thing that I relate to Turtle Boy, that as a teams, my favorite football team since I've been growing up at college is Notre Dame as well. I know you would. So that's what I'm saying. So like Caitlin Clark, right? They can't believe this white girl, coming in there hooping like that. But think about it. Y'all won't even watch it. And don't lie to me, y'all. We can keep it real. It's unbelievable when you see somebody of a different race coming into another race and they dominate like that when it's usually dominated by the other race. It's just like in any sport. You can go to boxing. They talk about the great white hope. When you have a great white fighter, it's a difference because you don't see too many. Boxing is dominated by blacks and Mexicans, Dominicans, and all of that. That's just true. Right? It's just true. No, it's not that. It's just that when it's just a difference. When you see somebody who come in any sport that is normally dominated by this sport, like somebody said earlier, Larry Bird. Come on now. You don't usually see that. The pioneer, well, he ain't the pioneer, but Larry Bird was really that guy. Because you had other white guys before him, like John Havlicek, and we can go on. This could go on and on, but Larry Bird, like, come on, when do we see that? I mean, I ain't see Larry Bird play, like, but when do we see that? I watched the highlights and I see do all of my backstory, but when do we see that? Somebody tell me that when do we see that? It's just like when you see a person of a different color come into another sport and dominate, it's a big deal, right? And with Caitlin Clark, she got, a lot of the players, who the black players, jealous. It's normal, right? They jealous because they like, oh, she can't see the truth. And it's different. And it ain't just Caitlin Clark the truth. She was the truth when she was at what college was she was at? Vanderbilt? That wasn't Vanderbilt, was it? But she or was it Indiana? It was some one of them little small towns, right? But she had the crowd coming out then. This one no facade, right? But since she came into Iowa, that's where it was. But since she came into the league, look how the league done upgraded. Look how they now riding on first class planes and all this stuff like that, right? Because the hype that's surrounding it now. With her being in the league, it bring a lot more people into it because it's different. Just like Tiger Woods being black, right? Him coming in, doing that changed the game in golf. To see a black man dominate like he did. It's just different. You look and you think black folks was watching golf before Tiger Woods came in. We gonna keep it real. Yeah, even in tennis, like tennis too. You know, You said CC's, you saying Cheryl Swoop? This can't be Cheryl Swoops. Like, that's just the truth, right? Like, it's just different, bro. Like, it ain't nothing wrong with it. You just unbelievable. You be like, damn. You be like, damn. Damn, this black dude can play quarterback. Damn. This white dude is a can play running back. It just be different. Oh yeah. You said Caitlin Clark, yeah, is the best female basketball player I ever saw. That's yet to be determined. It's yet to be determined. Like her future bright though, but it's yet to be determined. You got a lot out there, what's that woman name? Let me see her name. What's that woman name from Indiana? Um, she was cold. You got a lot of them. Diana Taurasi, bro. Like, what's that girl? Mika Moore, bro. You for real? Man, you better go check down the UConn lineup. to, like, I mean, I don't know. Caitlin Clark got to do a whole lot more, right? Like, she the truth. But saying she the best ever right now, no, yeah, but is she showing that she could possibly be there? Yeah, but she got a lot more to do, bro. Because you understand, Diana Taurasi, Mika Moore, like we can go there and like that's why Gino Toretto, that basketball coach, he deserves a lot of credit. Even look at the Tennessee one. What was that woman name in Tennessee? What was her name? Oh, I loved her at Tennessee. Man, so yeah, so like, but she is like you right though. She heading in the right direction. I'm gonna say that she definitely heading in the right direction. But yeah, and another thing, um, I don't know, it's just a crazy world we live in. It's just like you got to take it for face value of what it is. You know, it's what it is. And just like people being on top or people rising to the occasion, you got to not be jealous, not be envious, right? What's all that for? What we doing that for? No. It's about making sure you do what you do to get where you need to be. Stay focused at the goal at hand. You hear me? Nah, they ain't. Mm-mm. And to all the beautiful women out here, don't let no man tell y'all ain't. And all the men out here, don't let no woman tell y'all what y'all not is. Y'all get up with that same swag every day. You hear me? People get on here to fake it, to shake it. Shit, it's somebody from everybody. Shit, you gotta look at that mirror and like, no, like, yo, let's go.